said, live this way. We say, no, I ain't living that way. Be ye holy, for I am holy. Holiness is too hard to get, God, so I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to manufacture the kingdom of God. And when I manufacture the kingdom of God, I can do whatever I want and still show up on the church on Sunday. God to wash us whiter than snow, that requires for us to give it all and turn it all over to God. When you don't turn it all over to God, you might as well just put a check mark right there, because I can guarantee you, your heart is still made of stone. Can I be real for a little bit? I feel like preaching this thing on today. On Tuesday at 4:02 in the morning, I was awakened to a voice that I'm very familiar with. And the voice, when he woke me up, he said to me simply this way, Jeffrey, who do you love? He said, oh preacher man, oh pastor, over the multitude, who do you love? And I began to call out names to my Lord and my Savior. I began to call out names to him in an effort to try and prove to him that I didn't have a heart that was made of stone. And his point wasn't that I don't have a heart of flesh. His heart was that without me, you can't do. It is because of me working within you that you are able to love. It is without God we can't move, and with God we can move and have our being. But without God, the best you can hope for me is filthy rags. I may say things to you happily on a Sunday. I may come over to your house Monday through Saturday, but if I don't have God within me, it means nothing. And so we need God to come in to change our hearts into a way that we can love. Why isn't the church house filled up all around America? Because we have too many stony hearts trying to live and operate in. We need some people don't mind going to the highways and the byways and saying, I know you drink a little bit, and I know you smoke a little bit, and I know you put in some stuff in your arms, and I know you don't do the things you're supposed to, but I love you in spite of it all.
Yes, come on now.
Here we have this man named Saul, who was there when Stephen, the evangelist, one of the 7 deacons, was stoned to death. And the Bible said that he was so engaged in it that he held the coats of the men who threw stones at Stephen. This is the Saul who was a Pharisee of Pharisee. He was a Hebrew. He was a great man, very educated, sat under the great philosopher, the great priest named Gamaliel. He learned all there was to know about the Old Testament, but Jesus wasn't showing himself in the Old Testament. He's hidden in the Old Testament, but he's revealed in the New Testament. It was time out for Judaism, and this man, Saul, found himself a great man of the church. Walk with me for a minute. This great man in the church found himself going to the church folks to say simply to them that let me go on down to Damascus and I'll give everybody who's following this Jesus, I'll give them a what for. How many people in the church today want to run up to those who are truly anointed? Oh my God. If you have been getting a hard time from people in church, it ain't you. It's the anointing of God upon you that the demons want to take out.
Come on now. Hallelujah.
That's a real word for somebody right there. So he wanted to go on down to Damascus to get those people who are following the way. And as he began to move down to Damascus, we learned something immediately about Saul of Tarsus. And what we learned about Saul of Tarsus was simply that he had a heart of stone. Saul of Tarsus, young man, had a heart of stone. He had a heart in which he could be up in the household of God every Sunday, shouting and dancing with the best of them. But he wanted to go down to Damascus to wipe out those who were truly following Jesus. Are you reading your Bibles? He didn't have a heart that was made of flesh. He had a heart of stone. I want you to be on the lookout for those who are following way. Pastor, where are you leading us? Where are you leading us today, Pastor? We feel like shouting. We feel like hollering. We feel like doing these things. We are on the year of commitment, and we're talking about this Christian journey. And saints, I need to make sure that we don't have hearts of stone up in the household of God. I need to make sure that we're not going and exuberantly proclaiming things, and yet God is far from us. I don't want the blood upon me because I didn't tell you that, yes, you can fool me on Sunday. But don't fool yourself Monday through Saturday. This is about you working out your salvation with fear and trembling. You can't get to heaven by showing up in the church every Sunday. It takes God within you Monday through Sunday. We're twisted on this thing. We think because we show up on a Sunday, all is well. It is when people ain't looking that God is looking at you.
Yes.
You say you're going to preach my word. You preach my word. I will. I will. So Saul, he says, I'm going to go on down, high priest, and I'm going to get the people in the church who are truly following Jesus. And as he starts going down, a bright light, you all know the story. You know the story very well. If I went to the internet and typed in Paul, the road to Damascus, thousands of sermons would come up. So what's so different about yours? What's so different about mine is, are you living with a stony heart or a heart of flesh? And do you think that you're winning when instead you're losing? Is God making a difference in your life? Oh, it's quiet in here on today, Lord. They're listening. They're listening. So how do you know that you are moving in the right direction in God? Is it because I'm getting all of these blessings? I got this house. Creflo Dollar say I can have a great big house and a $65 million plane. Baby, that don't mean you're moving in the right direction. He said, I can have one of the nicest jobs in the world. True. But that don't mean you're moving in the right direction. Well, what shows me I'm moving in the right direction, Pastor? Because everybody's saying something different. First of all, two things. There is one church. The church under God through Jesus Christ. Let's get rid of all the other mess. Right. One God. All the other places are assemblies. Yeah. Hebrews 10:25. Forsake not yourselves. The assembly. Not the church. Not the denomination.
That's right. Come on, Pastor.
The assembly. Well, I like this type of music. Okay, baby, whatever. And I like the carpet they got right here. Okay, whatever. But one Lord, one faith, one baptism. And if they go outside of that, don't you walk your hind parts up in there. I can serve my God with white people. I can serve my God with Chinese people. I can serve my God with Korean people. I can serve my God when I ain't got nothing in my pocket. Because my God takes care of me. Why do you persecutest thou me? We are all going to have a Damascus experience. When the real us is reached. The real, peel away the onion, get to the core of it. Get to the real who you are. When you really get to the real who you are, oh wretched man or woman that I am, when you really get there, I'm not talking about the one where you show yourself to be great and all of this mess. I'm talking about the exposed you.
Yes. Come on.
When we get to that, he says, why are you disobedient against me? Oh man, why are you disobedient against me? Oh woman. When you have that experience with God, first thing out of his mouth is why? Yes. That's the beginning of your Damascus experience. There's the realization. What does he do next in the following verse? He says, Lord. Yes. The very one he was persecuting against, he had no How can you make it easier for the babies to understand Jeffrey?
Yeah.
There is so much power in God that when you come up against the power of God, the best that you can say is, my Lord, my Lord. He says it this way, every knee shall bow and every tongue will confess that my Lord Jesus
Come
Christ.
on now.
And if you are one of the few, if you are one of the few, one of the real ones, who goes into that where the streets are paved with gold, when he stands there with a robe for you, when he has a crown, I shall wear a crown, when he gives you a crown one day and places it upon your head and says, well done. Yes, they talked about you. Well done. Yes, the finances were hard. Well done. Yes, you didn't have a place to stay. Well done. You were hungry sometimes. Well done. They persecuted you for righteousness' sake. Well done, thy good and faithful servant. Well done. You've been faithful over a few things. Now enter into the rest of Jesus, whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against a prick. I need y'all to see something. In verse 5, he just dropped this in my spirit so much. Verse 5, where's Jesus at in that scripture? Jesus in that scripture is at the right hand of the Father.